from Europe to talk a little bit not only about what this amazing product does as a truly sustainable brand, but also to talk a little bit about her journey. Now let's get closer. To talk a little bit about her journey in that she is in a new CMO role and is trying to make this product known globally. As wonderful as it is to have an extraordinary brand like ROCKWOOL doing something on a global basis, in a new CMO role is never easy. So why don't we're going to do a quick interview, and we're going to start with a couple of questions, and why don't you answer that? What has it been like for you on this journey?
Well, as you say, it's never an easy journey when you're joining a new company from a very different industry. So the renewable energy industry is very much a global industry with global players, whereas the building industry is still rather old school, with a lot of national sort of branding done to it, but also people want to build nationally, believe that the products they use have to be national, and rather look at national issues rather than global issues. So the marketing team that I found was set up in the same way. So each of the individual countries reported into their local organizations, and there was no global outlook. And each of them believed that their country-specific issues were what was driving their business. So the first thing I did was map the macro trends that are affecting the planet and the environment to see if there was a natural sort of match to what the ROCKWOOL products did. So we mapped the usual suspects: climate change, urbanization, water scarcity, resource scarcity, and actually found that the products that we were producing in the company had a natural fit to those. So we took what were complications, we looked at the implications that these had on the environment and the planet, and we decided to formulate our strategy based on the opportunities that these would represent. So rather than looking for national differences, looking for a global common cause. So that was the first step.
Well, it sounds like a big first step, particularly since part of your goal was also to generate greater profitability, in addition to building unity and a global brand.
Definitely, and extending into new markets, which was, we had been a very sort of Nordic-based company. We have a global footprint, but very well known in the Nordics, which everybody would expect, because Denmark has been such a leader in sustainability, but trying to bring that story to a global environment while maintaining sort of a local presence was very important for us.
Does everyone know what ROCKWOOL is? It's a stone wool product that can be used in insulation, but the thing that's so extraordinary about it is that it's waterproof, it's fireproof, it helps deaden sound. It's used in the Empire State Building, it's used in the Eiffel Tower, it's used in a lot of modern buildings, and it's actually used in a lot of homes. As a matter of fact, I mean, not to get too personal, but we're doing a renovation, and our builders have said that they'll only use ROCKWOOL products because it is one of the most extraordinary things. Spiro, even you in Canada have done the same thing with a renovation. You said that you've also done that. Yeah.
More and more in Canada as well.
Yeah. So I mean, once it's finished, it goes back to the earth. It can be ground up and used over again.
Totally recyclable.
It's an unbelievable story. So you said something to me in light of this study that we did on purposeful branding. You said that everything changed for you when you aligned around purpose. So talk to us about what that means.
Well, it was basically because everybody knew that we had a good product, and the product was selling well, so there was no type of crisis in the organization, not at all. But we couldn't articulate why we did it. So the products were more sustainable by chance more than by strategy. So there was a great opportunity of actually shifting from a product communication to a purposeful communication, and take that space, claim that space that had been otherwise taken from the building industry. And as Deborah was saying, there are so many additional benefits. People think I insulate my house because I need to keep it warm during the winter. But the benefits, in particular, for a product like ours, which is made completely from a natural resource, it's 97% stone in our product, and then there's 3%, which is simply a binder to keep the product together. But it's actually non-combustible. So if you look around at all these high-rise buildings, wouldn't you like to know that if there's a fire in the building, there's some type of firewall of protection that prevents the spread of fire? And actually, it's been calculated that if a building that is higher than 18 meters, our product will give you 12 extra minutes to get out of the building because it prevents the spread of fire. So that's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, it's a very cool story, and it's got to be a dream to market this kind of product. But I think that the key question, and maybe we'll end with this, is that a lot of people in the room don't have the good fortune to be working on a brand that's 100% sustainable. So given everything that you've learned, what message would you have for some of those marketers?
So no matter what product you have, and no matter what you have to work with as a marketeer, the first thing is to stay authentic. I think the comments that you made about the purposeful branding is now sort of being ridiculed. It is because in so many areas you see brands that are taking it to an extreme that makes no sense with their business. So to keep it authentic, there's a blurred audience today. Internal corporate audience is the same as the external audience. Everybody sees everything. There's no such thing as internal or external. So you need to live that purpose both internally and externally. But people, your leadership needs to believe in it, but it has to be authentic to what you do. It really does. It doesn't make any sense for anybody, and the consumers can see it when it's a constructed purpose. So I think that's the first key thing. Of course, you need to keep your shareholders happy, you need to keep your stakeholders happy, you need to keep your employees happy. So you need to find a purpose that satisfies everybody. That's the hardest question to answer, but if you get that right, the impact is actually amazing.
And just finally, you had a couple of amazing results recently in Denmark. Do you want to share what they are?
Yes, so basically in this, I joined just over a year ago, and in this past year, in the sustainability rankings, we have jumped up 30%. So we're actually the company in Denmark that increased the most in a single year. And then our company, in terms of size and revenue, is probably around the 30th, 31st in Denmark. And this year we ranked as the 12th most powerful brand. And that's the highest score ever.
Mirella will be with us as
you.
long as her jet lag permits. So thanks for joining us.
Deborah.
Oh, no, a pleasure. We just turned this off. And we're going to just show a few more case studies now. And keep the energy going. I will also move some of the furniture so you can see some subtitles.